What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Steve Garcia. I'm the Mean Machine. I'm the number 9 UFC featherweight fighter currently, hopefully to get higher and higher as fights go on. We got a special segment for you guys today, and we are ranking all-time featherweights. Bear with me. There's some I looked at the whole list, and there's some that are on here that probably shouldn't be on here, and vice versa. So bear with me, but this is going to be a fun one. So guys, stay tuned in. As always, I'm here with my main man, Max Warren.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great intro there, Steve. Basically, tonight, guys, we got 21 featherweights that are either current or former featherweights, and Steve's going to be walking through all of them. Steve, he's at that number 9 spot right now, but we got an opportunity to take that number 2 spot, maybe even get that number 1 contender spot on June 14th. Can't wait to see it at the White House. If you guys missed the announcement, make sure you guys go watch that video. It's a 10-minute announcement video that we posted on Sunday. We're going to go ahead and get into this video tonight. Steve, we're actually starting off with a guy that's not even on the UFC roster right now. I have seen this guy fight in person. We got Alex Caceres here, UFC veteran. Where do you got him on this list?
Honestly, bro, I think we need to put one more category. Obviously, it's just a thought. We need to put gangster. Because honestly, bro, if you know his history, he's kind of a thug, bro. He was in the UFC for a long time because the dude can scrap. It's hard because he's definitely not trash. This dude's good. This dude's quality, but he's in between average and good. But the hardest part about Alex Caceres is that he's lost to some of the best names, and so I don't know exactly what to do there because he's beat some solid guys, but he's lost to Uriah Faber. It's been tough for him to break into that next tier. So I'll have to probably put him in, and everybody, just so you guys know, I'm not trying to piss anybody off here, okay? I'm gonna put him in average.
Threw me a curveball there, Steve. I thought we were going to the trash line there to start this one off with the comment there, but I think people can live with Alex Caceres being there at the average line. I did unfortunately see his final UFC fight. He fought against Sean Woodson at UFC St. Louis. Sean Woodson dub in his hometown. Just a long list of guys, though, that he's fought that are contenders in the UFC. But we'll go ahead and jump into the next one. We got Aljamain Sterling.
That's kind of tricky, right? Because as a featherweight, I don't really think he's done great. What is he, 1-1? Or maybe he's 2-1. He's beat Cater, Ortega. And Ortega was kind of not Ortega. He was a former champ. I'll give him that. Even though it's a featherweight, I'm going to put him in good. Definitely not a GOAT. I still feel like he needs to prove himself in the featherweight division.
Yeah, I think that's good reason right there to put him at good. I think he's got some work to do in that featherweight division. But we'll go ahead and move into the next guy that we actually just spoke about right there in that breakdown. Steve was naming off one of Aljo's 2 wins. This is one of them right here. We got Brian Ortega, Steve. He's had some struggles as of late, though, on the scale, and he's had a lot of canceled fights. A lot of fights just fall out, man. So where do you got Brian Ortega at 45?
Dude, this whole entire thing, maybe it's because I put these guys on a higher pedestal than I usually do because we're in the same weight division. But man, sometimes this dude is just so good, so I would put him in good. But then he has performances and he just looks like trash. This dude has fought for the title and he has gone rounds with Max, so I'm gonna go with average, man. Right now, I feel like in the featherweight, as of his last couple fights, he's been fighting average. Prime Ortega that we've seen deserves to be in good, but as of right now, average.
Yeah, once again, right there, guys. Good breakdown from Steve. Ortega's got to have better weight cuts, and I think he's actually probably moving up to 55 the next time we see him in there. Hope health is all the best, though, but I think that's a very fair ranking there from Steve. We got Chad Mendez. Everybody remembers Chad Mendez as being one of the pioneers for this division.
Yeah, man, this was a little tricky one, too, because he's when he's retired. He has fought, for the title, so that shows a lot of significance. Actually, he's fought 3 times, right? He's fought Jose Aldo twice, Conor McGregor for the belt. You know what? This dude's freaking good. We're definitely keeping him in good. I think that's a solid spot for him. He's an OG.
Very fair ranking right there, folks. I mean, any man that stepped in the octagon against prime Conor McGregor at 45 pounds, you got to be doing something right to earn that fight. So that's a fair ranking there. This is the only guy on this entire ranking list that you've actually fought, and you did beat him, and it was not a pretty matchup for him. It was a good night for the Garcia fans. Not a good night for the Hooper fans, as he got slimed out pretty quickly in that one.
Yeah, man, this is another tricky one. So, after I fought him, man, he went on, this long, win streak. He went on, a 5-fight win streak, and he was tapping out, old school legends, bro. I think he tapped out Clay Guida. Did he beat Miller? Did he fight
Yes,
Miller?
yeah, he did beat Miller. I think it went to a decision. Some people were saying that Miller They might not have been saying that Miller necessarily won the fight, but I think some people were on the Miller side. But I think it was way more competitive than what the odds said. I think Chase was like a huge, huge favorite, and then it ended up being like kind of a competitive fight off the top of my head.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna piss people off, dude. I don't know. I thought, like, honestly, when I fought him, I had him at like good. And then when I fought him, it didn't feel like good. After I beat him, he got good. We're gonna put him in average. Sorry, Chase. I like you, dude. I do. I think you're a solid guy, but this ranking's a little tough for me, so bear with me, buddy.
We've got our first guy that's actually moved down. We've talked about some guys that have moved up a division here, but now we're talking about a guy that's moved down. Bryce Mitchell, where do you got him at, Steve? At the time of this video right now, he's actually grappling Gene Silva. So I'm very interested to see how that grappling match went. I'm very intrigued.
It's hard because I know how skill set his skill set's solid, man. Like he has a solid skill set. But he's lost to some good guys. I mean, Josh Emmett stoned him, man. Dude, this is hard, bro. Average. What's put him in average?
We've already mentioned this guy already. I mean, you think of the 45 division throughout its eternity in the UFC, obviously, and there's one name that does come to mind whenever you think of somebody in their prime, and that is Conor McGregor.
Man, honestly, there's a no-brainer here, and this dude is going to be a GOAT. He has done things that everybody wished they could do in the octagon, and to be honest, he's one of one. I mean, this dude is a movie star. He's a obviously one of the killers in the UFC, especially prime time. He's fought 45, 55, and 70, right? He's fought 72. He's fought all three divisions. He's done well in all three divisions. Yeah, man, this guy's a GOAT. Can't talk nothing but good things about this guy.
I know for the latecomers of the UFC, fan base here, you guys have seen Conor lose some fights at 55, seen him, go up to 170, lose to Diaz there even. But he did get the win over Cerrone. I believe that one was at 170. Yeah, it was. But, I mean, you talk about an absolute killer. Conor McGregor at 45 pounds was a fucking dog. Steve cooking right now, or is he not cooking? You guys got to let us know 1 to 10, what he's done for his ranking so far. Steve and Eddie Alvarez, a guy that did lose to Conor McGregor at 155 for Conor to become the double champ. Where do you got Eddie Alvarez at 45, though?
Eddie Alvarez, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to put him in the GOAT. And the reason why is because he was like the underground champ, man. He went across all these organizations, took the belts, came to the UFC. It honestly didn't look that great, but then he found his way back up to the top. He's had some signature fights, fought nothing but the best. Yeah, he may not have ended his career on the best of notes, but if everybody knew Eddie Alvarez from like the beginning of him and his like start to where he's gone to, I mean, it's been very significant. Again, I don't know if a casual would necessarily understand that, but the real ones understand that. And you know what? Much respect to Eddie Alvarez, man. I'm a fan.
We got a current guy that's in the top 10. We've only had one of those so far with Aljo. We got Mosvar, Steve. This guy hasn't been fighting a lot, hasn't really been that active. I think that's why they decided to give Diego the title shot again against Volk. Steve, where do you got Mosvar here? I know he's in that number 1 contender spot. That's something that we might be looking at, 3 months from now. Where do you got him at, though?
This is what I'm going to do. I don't care if he's the number 1 contender or if he's the number 1 ranked guy in my division. He's the first person going in my trash box, bro. Trash. I don't care how good your wrestling is. It is good. But, bro, as a fighter, nah, dog. Go find you another job. Nobody wants to see you. Let's keep you. I mean, I obviously, the UFC kind of just does it already, but yeah, he going in the trash.
Wow, I was not expecting that from Steve. We're going to go through the whole video, folks, and he wasn't going to put anybody on that trash line. But Mosvar is there for us, guys. I mean, if you want to talk about, if you were disappointed maybe in the BMF fight the other night, Charles did what he had to do to get the job over Max. But Charles Oliveira doesn't do that every single fight. Mosvar does do that every single fight. And I think that's why he has ended up on the line right here. We've talked about a lot of UFC vets. We got Giga Chikadze right here. He got slimed out by Kevin Vallejo, so we're going to be talking about here in a minute as you see him right behind us, folks.
Yeah, man, he's good. I think like in his prime, I would have put him in as good, but he's going in the average today. Just because I'm thinking right now when he comes to my mind, it just hasn't been there for him. You know what I mean? I have respect for the guy. His gi kick is huge. That thing looks like it hurts. But again, he had a hard fight against Vallejo. He lost Onama, so he's not doing too hot right now. And I think he needs to find his way. Figure it out, whatever it takes to kind of get back on track. But definitely not trash. I mean, maybe his grappling's trash, but his average, like his overall, I guess, skill set. We'll just go with average. He's average.
Yeah, you're good. You got a fun style as well. Been in there with a
Yeah.
lot of good guys. I like that right there from you, Steve. But we have a Vallejos here. We just talked about Giga Jaketse. He um, almost punched this lad's head off
Yeah.
in the Apex last year, towards the end of the year. Where do you got the young guy from Argentina in the featherweight division?
This is kind of tough because like this dude's good, so therefore I probably should put him in good, right? So that's probably what I'm gonna do. But with Vallejo, we haven't seen him too much, but when we do see him, it has been special. It has been good. You know what I mean? I do think that he needs a few more fights, but a good win over Chikazi was killer for him, man. It definitely. I think he got ranked because of that. So you know what, man? Like that definitely helped him out a lot. Like I said, Chikazi, just hasn't looked himself, or Vallejo just looks freaking, killer. So I got a lot of hope for this kid. So I think let's go with good. Why not? Let's go with good.
Yeah, I actually like that ranking right there from you, Steve. I think you're a guy that's in there with some of the best men in the world at 45. I think you can kind of sniff out talent whenever you see it, man. And I think that's a fair ranking to give it. We got Gene Silva, Steve. Where do you got Gene at?
All right, let's go with Gene Silva. I was gonna say trash, but no, he's not trash. I know ball. He's good. He throws down. I respect that, dude. I really do. And he's not average. He has quality striking. Yeah, he's good. We're gonna put him in the good. It's kind of hard because like I have mixed emotions about this dude, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I know his talent. I know his skill set. He's good.
We'll move on to somebody that I think has to be on the top line. I'd be highly surprised here if you don't put him on the top line. We got the man that held the 45 belt for 9 years, I believe.
Yeah,
We got Jose Aldo.
you know exactly where he's going. He is the GOAT of the 145 division. People want to say the next champion's always the GOAT. It's not. I think the closest thing to it would probably be Max, but nah, dude. Jose Aldo is the GOAT of the division. There's no doubt about it. Nobody could beat him. Nobody could figure him out. In the WEC days, he reigned. The switch over happened with WEC to the UFC, and he dominated every single person. He just put fear in people's eyes, bro. Like I'm a huge fan of Jose Aldo. I still love to throw on some of his fights. I try to pick his game apart too, just because that's how good he is. And then he honestly probably can still be competing. I mean, that's how good he is. I know he went down to 35, but he could still be competing. I know Max Holloway beat him, but he's my goat, and I think that's where I'm keeping.
We got Josh Emmett.
So you know what, dude? Like I'm gonna go off of an overall stance with Josh Emmett because his last fight against the law was trash. The way this dude throws down, dude, all I know is that this guy can fight truly, and that's what I like. You know what I mean? This is my channel. This is my perspective. I'm gonna put him in good. He's the only person that went the distance with Taporia. I mean, I can kind of go on about him, but yeah, he definitely on my list. He's good.
Yeah, no, that's a fair ranking. I mean, Josh Emmett's fought everybody, guys. You heard what Steve just said. I mean, you see what Ilya's doing right now. I know it's at 55 now, but I mean, you saw what this man was doing at 45. So to take him to a decision, that's saying something right there. We got Lerone Murphy coming off one of the best finishes of the year last year, in my opinion. I was there to watch it in person over Aaron Pico. Might have been maybe a little bit of a layup for him, considering Pico wasn't even in the rankings. He was coming over from Bellator. I think he just got that. He got that taste of what the UFC talent is, and Lerone caught him. He was heavy pressure. They knew that was going to happen. Pico was kind of hitting him with some good shit, but Lerone ate all of that and then just had a spectacular finish.
The way I feel about Leron Murphy is that there's nothing special about him. He knows how to win, though. So if you want to say that special, you can go and say it's special. That's fine. But Is his wrestling immaculate? No. Is his jiu-jitsu immaculate? No. Is his grappling, I mean his striking good? No. But he knows how to win. And that's what makes this hard for me. I'm this close to putting him as average, to be honest. His last finish was very significant. Let's put him in good. We're gonna stick him in good. I mean, I kind of feel like I don't have a choice. This dude, he's good enough to be there. I mean, he's undefeated. That says something. Um, this dude just knows how to win, man. I give it to him.
We got the Blessed Express himself. We got Max Holloway. Steve, where are you ranking him at for 45, man? Because you can go a few different directions here, folks. You go a few different directions here. He has lost to Volkanovski 3 times. I mean, the first one, a lot of people say Max won. After that, they probably got it 2-1 Volk. Where do you have Max Holloway at 145, Steve?
I mean, you know how I feel about Max. His last performance was trash. We'll just throw that out there. But he is definitely one of my goats. I mean, the BMF title, that was his. He was the undisputed 145 champ for the longest time. He beat everybody going up, so he was like a big inspiration to me. With a nice little like speed bump in the road against Conor McGregor, who I already have up there in the GOAT section. But honestly, Max Holloway is the man. No one can tell me otherwise. Maybe I'll Charles Oliver. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, he's going in the GOAT section.
For sure. That's definitely a fair assessment there, folks. I mean, I feel like if you are the undisputed champ, you do got to go to the top. Don't let the recency bias hit you guys there with that one. We usually fall into that sometimes in this sport. We got Patricio Pitbull here.
I'm just gonna stick him in average. I've seen his fights back in the day and the Bellator and stuff like that, but I competed at the same time he competed. He has dynamite in his hands. Uh, he's good, but he came over to the UFC and he kind of saw a different level.
We got the current undisputed champ of the 145 division. We got Alexander Volkanovski. Steve, I know you've not been necessarily happy with the activity from Volkanovski over the last year or so. I know there's been a lot of frustration there because that's kind of held up the division. But where do you got the guy that has the belt in your division currently?
I think what I would say is that he's not my GOAT, but he is a GOAT. He's fought some really, really good skilled fighters. Obviously, he beat Max Holloway, who was one of my GOATs. Got rocky there when he tried to find his way up to 55. Definitely not the move for him. I mean, he looked good his first fight against Makachev, but that's not his division. He's too small, I think. He's strong enough, but he's just too small. I think he needs to retire at 45. You know what? He's a champion, man. He did well, man. So this dude's just a straight up stand up guy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his style and his activity, but I have nothing but the most respect for him.
Yusuf Zalal is taking on Aljo there. Steve, I know that you just took out Yusuf's boy in the Apex last year, and David Onama. Yusuf was actually in his corner. I know you've had some nice things to say about Yusuf, that it's always been respect between you guys. But where do you got him at on this tier ranking list?
I will say this: if you would have done this video with me after his Calvin Kattar fight, I would have put him in trash, like hands down. But the way he rolled through Josh Emmett, I was like, all right, this guy, he figured it out. He showed up. So with that being said, he's not going in trash. He's not trash. He subbed a few people, right? Who's he subbed?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I should actually know this because
You got Cortillo. I think you got Billy Cortillo.
Yeah.
This is the problem about like Zalal, is that like nothing is super memorable, and the one that was really memorable, luckily, his last fight was better, but the ones that were like sticking out to me were not the good ones.
He won 3 fights, and then he had the loss in the decision to Taporia. That's something to point out. A lot of fans did about that. He did go to a decision with Taporia. He lost to Sean Woodson, drew Damon Blackshear, and then since then he went on to beat Billy Cortillo by submission, like you said, Aarons by a submission, Jack Shore by submission, went to a decision with Kattar, and then he just subbed Emmett very, very quickly at UFC 320 last year.
Can't believe I'm doing this. I'll put him in good.
We got 2 men left, guys. You guys can see the tier list here. I intentionally did this on purpose. I'm not going to lie. We got Diego Lopes. Steve's opponent on the White House lawn. We know how big of a fight this is, folks. I really don't have to say too much about it. Where do you got your opponent that you're going to be taking on at the White House, Steve?
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go straight to it. I'm gonna put him in the good section, and the reason my reason is for that is because if Volk is not the champion, he would be. That is my assessment. That's what I think. He's knocked out a lot of people. Obviously, the only people that he hasn't been able to really, really overcome and beat is the champion. You know what I mean? So that's hard to do because that dude's the best, and that's Volk. Um, so yeah, I mean, he's the next best thing. He's number two in the world, and I'm excited to lock horns with this guy. I think that he, there's a lot of good things I can say about this guy, but truly, I can acknowledge his skill set. I can see why he's a fan favorite, and his skill set's good. So we're gonna put him there in good.
So we can't wait to see this happen.
Bro, this is the BMF fight that everybody's been wanting. I've been letting people know that right now. I know we didn't get it for Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira, but this is the BMF right here.
Absolutely. Maybe we should make a UFC Whitehouse BMF title. Can we do that? Is that even possible? Dude? Like, I feel like Trump could like sway something, right? We need a UFC Whitehouse BMF title, and it's got to be you two. It has to be you two. That's a BMF fight right there, folks. So obviously they're not going to strip Charles Oliveira, but if there's any way we can get a UFC Whitehouse BMF title, it's got to be between these two. That's fucking good. That belt would look sick, and that's a fucking banger ass title to this fight. But Steve, we got to end it here with you, man. Where do you got yourself on this list, bro?
We're gonna put him in trash. He's only 8-2 in the UFC. He could have had 8 finishes in a row, or no, 7 finishes in a row, and he only got 6. So you know what, dude? Like, what's up with this guy, right? He's only fighting in the UFC White House because whatever people want to say that I know Charlie Kirk or whatever the case is.
I'm not doing that, guys. I'm the one doing it right now. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting him in trash, folks. I'm not doing that. Regardless,
nah, dog. You better put me. Better put me right next to Diego Lopes because that's where I'm going. I'm not gonna bite off more than I can chew. I mean, look who's on the goats. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But you know what? I belong in that section, right next to Diego Lopes. That's why we're locking horns. June 14th, and you're gonna see nothing but smoke and fire. So let's freaking go. I think that I'm absolutely quality. I know what I'm capable of, and whether people have noticed it lately, they're gonna start noticing it now, sooner or later, regardless on whether you like me or not. I'm gonna make you because I'm inevitable. And at the White House, I get to prove it. So thank God.
Steve Mean Machine Garcia is going to be stepping on the White House lawn to take on Diego Lopes on June 14th. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's up the score, guys. Let's get my man in triple digits. He deserves it. Big ass announcement on Saturday. Big ass subscribers coming in. We see the views. We see the likes. We see the subscribers coming in. You guys make sure you keep running that up, and we're just going to keep taking this thing up to the sky. And we can't wait to see you guys.
No, man, this was actually a tough rankings for me, guys. So please bear with me. I'll probably piss some people off, but you know what? That's what we're here to do. We're here to stir the hornet's nest here. So go in the comments. Let me have it. I don't care. It was very tough for me. I will say that. I got respect for a lot of these guys. I promise you, I really do. But at the end of the day, this is just all fun and games, and feel free to like and subscribe, please. And if you guys always have an idea what you want to see, please put it in the comment section, and we'll take a peek and we'll see what's going on and see if we can make a video like that as well. So guys, thank you. Until next time, thank you for tuning in.